Good day, students. Welcome to Mathgotserved.com. In this clip, we're going to be taking a look at an example of a word problem on right triangle trig. Okay, we're going to be looking at an application of SohCahToa to a real-life scenario. The question reads, the diagram below shows a tree growing vertically on a hillside. The angle formed by the tree trunk and the hillside is 100 degrees. The distance from the base of the tree to the bottom of the hill is 140 feet. Question, what is the vertical drop x to the base of the hill to the nearest foot? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw a stripped down diagram of this scenario that we're looking at right here. And then that's what we're going to use to solve the problem. Alright, so let's go ahead and make a sketch. So let's see. This is a tree right down to the base, the bottom of the hill. Okay, and we have that triangle there. Alright, so something like this. Okay, so this is 100 degrees right here. This is x, and this is 140 feet. Alright, so in order to solve for x, what we need is we have a side measure of this triangle. If we can have an angle, then we'll be able to use SohCahToa to solve it. Alright, so basically we need to find an angle. So if this is given, this right here is let's call this theta. We need to find this angle. If we can find this angle, then we can use right triangle trig to solve it, since this is a right triangle right here. Perfect. So let's go ahead and outline the steps that we are going to use to solve this problem. So our approach is as follows. Number one, what we're going to do first is we're going to find that theta measure. Okay, find theta we're going to be using the linear pair postulate. Okay, using the linear pair postulate. And then after that, we're going to proceed to find x, okay, using right triangle trig, or using SohCahToa. SohCahToa. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and do the first part. So for the first part, we're going to find, what are we looking for? Find theta. So part one, find theta. So if we want to find theta, we're going to use a linear pair postulate. Okay, basically the sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. If you want more information concerning the linear pair postulate, or what the definition is, you can go to our website. Under our geometry vocabs collection section, under linear pair, you can get more information on it. You can see the linear pair right here. Angle 1 and 2, they form a linear pair because if they form a linear pair, there's the sum of their measures is 180 degrees. Alright, so using that information, if we want to find theta, we know that if we add 100 and theta together, we're going to get 180 degrees. So theta is basically 180 minus 100. Alright, so that's going to give us theta, which is 80 degrees. You could do that mentally, because if your sum is 180, this is 100, this has to be 80. Perfect. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and find x. Okay, so with this measure, the angle of this measure is now a known value, 80 degrees. So to find x, we're going to use this as a reference angle. We're going to find x using SohCahToa. Okay, so which one are we going to use from SohCahToa to find x? So using SohCahToa, sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, tan is opposite over adjacent. We just label this triangle. Okay, so if this is the side that we're looking at, if this is a reference angle, so this is going to be the opposite, the O in SohCahToa. Alright, the longest side is the hypotenuse, H in SohCahToa, and this is the adjacent. Okay, so we know this, we know H, We need A. We don't know O, we don't need it, so we scrap it. Okay, so A and H, which one has A and H? Cosine. All right, so we're going to use cosine. So cosine of theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse using SohCahToa. Okay. All right, so in this particular problem, cosine of 80 is the adjacent, which is x, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 140. Bam, so we have this trig equation right here. To solve it for x, we just multiply both sides by 140. 140. All right, and then x is going to be, so it's going to be, you can just plug this in your calculator. 140 times cosine of 80. 140 times cosine of 80. If you plug that in your calculator, you're going to get 24.3107. All right, we're rounding it to the nearest foot, which is the ones place. So if you do that rounding process, you look at the number to the right of where you're rounding it to. 0 to 4, no more. 5 and up, round up, right? So it's 0 to 4, so no more. So you're just going to leave it the way it is. So it's just going to be approximately 24 feet. Answer to this question is option number 1. All right, so there goes an example on the application of right triangle trig to a real-life scenario. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. I really appreciate it. Thanks to all who have been supporting our channel with your comments, likes, and subscriptions. If you have any questions about what we just went over, you can specify it in the comment section below. Tons of support resources can be found at Mathgotserved.com or the links in the description. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.